What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, and today we are here on the road to play against the number 11 team in the land in the Penn State Nittany Lions. We took a tough loss against Michigan, and we're looking to bounce back. Let's see if we can get it done, man. So if you're ready for this game, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you're new. Let's go ahead and get into this ball game, man.
Man, so a rarity here as we actually start the ball first to begin this ball game. And, it's going to be interesting, man. We're here in one of the most hostile environments in all of college football, man. But we got a great quarterback in Noah Brooks leading us here today. We're going to need a lot of him to get the job done, as we will end up picking this first down here. Aiden Beamish does end up picking a couple of yards, just enough for that first down. As now, Cole plays later, actually going to Noah Brooks again, who nearly picks up the first. Looks like they're just going to mark him just an inch shy. Didn't want to try to power through, got to protect your quarterback every once in a while. But, so far, going like heavy with the ground game, trying to establish it early on. As we'll set him up with the pass, a great throw over the middle to Pablo Sanchez, gain of 25. It's a first down for the Tommies, man, as we'll continue to move this drive forward. Is now 2nd and 8, going over the middle again, finding Pablo Sanchez for the second time on this drive. Another first down for the Tommies. This is exactly how we want to play right now. Things are looking pretty darn good right now as we're continuing to move this ball forward, using the run game as well. Not necessarily a strong suit for the St. Thomas offense, but, making it work for now. Is now 2nd and 2, going to Bird, who gets shot right away. Insert random graphic of our backup quarterback, who's a freshman redshirt. And, we're just about ready to get into the end zone, which we do. Touchdown, Tommies. Noah Brooks making the Pablo Sanchez connection. And just like that, we are officially on the board. But now it is the Nittany Lions' time to strike. Let's see what they can do on their first drive. It's going to be a drop back for Jones, who immediately throws over in the middle, finding Roger Hill. Immediately brought down by Jim Smith, but still able to make the catch and get the first down on that play. Excuse my language, that is my dog in the background. As we do give up a first down right there, but we actually have an offsides on the play. It's Zach Bones. Not that it really mattered all that much. It still was, first down anyways for them. But we do get him to a 3rd and 3. Jones is looking around, somehow escapes the pocket and finds Houston at the last second. They barely give him the first down. That should have been a tackle that should have been made. But instead, they're still on this field trying to drive down as they throw another long shot. Number 22 was in the vicinity, but just decides to stop. And that's going to cost him some major yardage and potentially points, depending on what happens here, as Jeff Walker picks up the first down. And now, 1st and goal, trying to go to the middle, and it's incomplete. Jim Smith deflecting that pass away. Now, 2nd and goal, going to try to go to the outside. It's blocked up pretty well, and Matt Wade comes up there and makes the tackle, forcing the Nittany Lions back. And now we got him 3rd and goal. Can we complete the stand here? Jones dropping back. He's looking around, going to throw short to Walker, and he's met by a Tommy Wall. And that means the Lions will settle for a field goal. So promising start to this game. However, we do go 3 and out on our next drive. So now the Lions are back on the field once again. Going to Jeff Walker again. He's able to slice and dice through most of our defense for a huge game. But, that is the end of this first quarter already, though. And things are looking pretty up so far. Able to pick up, have a little lead. Let's see if we can keep that energy going in the next 3 quarters. Alright, boys, welcome back to the second quarter of play. As they try to do a little bubble screen. It looks like there was a little miscommunication that does lead to the incompletion. As now, 2nd and 10, going to try to throw it to Towns, and he does end up getting there Jim Smith just could not react fast enough on that play. It makes it a 3rd and short coming up for the Nittany Lions. As Jones dropping back. He's looking! The ball is fumbled! Kyle Barron picks it up and he's going down the field. This man is not going to be caught and he is gone like a girl in a country song. Touchdown, Tommies! As Kyle Barron returns that fumble return back. But wait just a second, they're going to go ahead and review this play. And we don't even get a chance to look at it, but they still have the audacity to overturn this call and a huge touchdown. A momentum-shifting drive, perhaps, is completely changed. So instead of a 14-3 game, it's now only a 1-point difference. That could be huge later on if it stays tight. As, for now, we'll go back to our offense for now as Bemis Jr. goes upfield. Gain of 11 yards for the young tailback, freshman redshirt from Missouri. Is now Baden going to the outside. Going to try to get upfield, but this Lions defense is incredibly quick. Going to have to think a little bit outside the box if we want to continue to establish a run game. At 2nd and 5, we go to Sanchez again. He picks up some pretty nice yardage. We find ourselves pretty close to midfield. Actually, we are across midfield officially as Junior is going to take us upfield for a gain of 8. Nice run for the running back. So now, 2nd and 2. Let's see if we can get this first down. Going to be a handoff to Bemis Jr. Upfield, gain of 5. ABJ putting in that hard work early and often in this ball game, man. As we're looking around, going to continue to look to Sean Doyle, who goes short for a gain of 5. We'll go ahead and take that yardage. We are in no rush whatsoever. Matter of fact, if we can go ahead and take the as much time off the clock as we can, that's going to help us out tremendously. They do have a pretty elite offense usually. As now 1st and 10. Brooks is looking around. He's actually going to decide to scramble, and he throws a very boneheaded interception. I don't know what you were thinking. He was open for a split second, but it was thrown way too late as Philip Daly, true freshman, makes the play. But we get very fortunate. They actually go 3 and out on their next drive. But talk about a very lost opportunity to put more points on the board. When you're an underdog in the Big Ten, you have to convert on those opportunities, even if it's just a field goal. But either way, 2 minutes left. Going to go over to the right-hand side. We find Tyreek Miller off the slant route for a gain of 11. That's his very first catch of the day. Let's see if we can go to him some more of those. We go to Miller again, and it's a beautifully thrown ball right in between the window of 2 defenders. But alas, it is dropped. And now we have 3rd and 6. Brooks looking around. Got some time. He finds Hudson the 3rd, and he gets out of bounds immediately. First down for the Tommies. As with just a minute left, going to get the troops back to the line quickly. They can't stop this play as we go back to the left-hand side. This Giovanni Coaxum makes the catch for 14 on that one. As we're getting very close to the goal line. Get it to ABJ, who nearly fights forward, and he is stopped right at the goal line. Looks like the 1-yard monster, got the best of him that time around. As now, 3rd and goal. Need a play to happen here. Brooks going to Doyle, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, Tommies! What a drive by this Tommies offense, recovering from that last possession where we thrown the pick. And with only 22 seconds left, we got an 8-point lead. Just got to make sure nothing stupid happens here, in order to keep that lead going. Because Penn State, if they do somehow score a touchdown this drive, we do have an opportunity to go and take the lead. As Jones is looking, it's nearly a forced sack, but it's incomplete instead, which means Penn State will be able to keep their timeouts for right now. They got 2 remaining. As we get bit on the next play on the halfback screen, able to nearly pick up the first down, but Jeff Walker was just shy. They take their 2nd timeout. As now, Jones looking, going to try to go to the right-hand side, and that should have been picked off once again. but couldn't get our hands up in time. But it's all good though. Only a few seconds left. Play conservative. Just make sure they don't get into the end zone. That's a pretty good ball. And we do exactly what you shouldn't do. Mark Houston beats us from behind. And now Penn State is going to go ahead, go for 2 points here to try to tie this game before going into the locker room. As Jones will try to do that, but it's deflected away. Jesus Shuttleworth was there on the coverage. And for now, the lead will be preserved as we'll go into the locker room. Currently up 14-12 on the number 11 team in the land. Let's see if we get a huge win here on the road, man. Let's get it. Alright, boys, here we go. We have, second half, the St. Thomas Penn State football game ready for you guys. As now they're going to start by throwing to Robbie Hill, who for some reason decided to cut towards our defense. He actually could have gotten a little bit more. Certainly not complaining, though, as there's another throw to Hill, this time only going for a gain of 5. As now, 2nd and 5, going up to Jones again, and he is broken up. This time, Matt Wade was there on the defense. So let's see if we can get these guys off the field. 3rd and 5. Tight end Roger Hill going into motion as Fred Jones will drop back again. He's got some time. He's going to try to go deep, and he's picked off. Jesus Shuttleworth able to get the interception and even get a really nice return on top of that as Shuttleworth locks onto the ball, makes the incredible catch, actually. And, now we got some great field position to work with. Let's see if we can take advantage. Is now 1st and 10. Going to the left-hand side. Finding Tyreek Miller. It's a 1st down for the Tommies. That's a gain of 11. And now switching things up. Another 1st and 10. Another drop back for Noah Brooks. He's getting his name called quite a bit today. And so far, Brooks has been answering the call. Is now 2nd and 2. Going to hand it off to ABJ, who takes it upfield. He's got some cuts. He's up for a gain of 13. You love to see that. You love to see that hard work, man. Now we're in the red zone and where we got to finish. So we try to throw to the right-hand side. We get baited on that play as the corner comes in and makes the interception. It's Jermaine Morris right there, able to come up and make a great play for the Lions. So unfortunately, once again, we do not get the points that we need, and it still will remain a 2-point game for right now. So gonna need our defense to step up once again. Let's see if it will happen. As now 3rd and long, Jones dropping back. He's looking around. He's gonna throw deep, and he's all by himself. Can anybody catch him? We thankfully do. Jesus Shuttleworth able to make the tackle, but we can't leave the center of the field open right like that. That is not how you get it done, Chief. As now we're just hoping that we can at least just force a field goal. But unless we get a turnover, they're likely taking the lead. All that matters is how much. 2nd and 5. Going to Jones. Nobody goes with the quarterback, and he's able to stroll right into the end zone. Untouched. Touchdown for the Nittany Lions. And they have taken the lead right back here midway through the 3rd quarter. Now, on top of that, they're also going to go for 2 to make this a 6-point ball game as they go over the right-hand side, find J.R. Thompson, and this time around, the 2-point conversion is good. We now find ourselves down by 6. So let's see what our offense can do. The biggest thing right now, get a response. Brooks dropping back. He's looking around. He actually takes a bad sack. 7-yard loss. You got to throw that ball away, man. And now a 3rd and long coming up for us. We got to pick up this 1st down, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. As we do find an open receiver, it's Giovanni Coxum, who makes a huge diving grab for the 1st down. Way to keep it rolling here as we get another great pass over to Pablo Sanchez. Midfield already. Right now, the response is looking pretty darn good right now. As we move to the 2nd and 7. Brooks going to throw over the middle. Find DH free. Nice 21-yard gain right there for the junior wide receiver from Clemson, South Carolina. Former Georgia State transfer, matter of fact, as ABJ makes another catch for 11. We're in the red zone now. But let's see if we can take the lead here. 1st and 10. Brooks scrambling around. He's going to go ahead and take this one and actually gets out of bounds. Decent gain. Kudos for Noah Brooks for not trying to force anything on that play. As now, 3rd and 2. Going to be a play action. They're blitzing. Brooks going to go to DH free, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Tommies! As there it is. DH free in the end zone. And now we have the lead right back. So now, let's see how long we can hold on to this thing as Roger Hill makes the drop. Let's see if our defense can conjure up another stop for us. It played phenomenal in the second half. As there's another incompletion. This time Ernie Steele was there on that coverage despite being blocked. At the same time, you love to see that. It's now 3rd and 10. Jones dropping back the pass. He's going to try to go over the middle, and he's interception. Michael Granson makes the play deep downfield and is able to get his first interception of the season. Let's go, man. So we're starting to see the tides change a little bit. Another touchdown here would be really helpful for us right now. Brooks going over the middle, finding Pablo Sanchez, able to pick up the first down. A gain of 13 yards as Pablo Sanchez has certainly gotten his fair share of work today. And then over on this play, Brooks going to try to throw it to the left-hand side, and I don't know if he was trying to throw the ball away or if he saw somebody late, but man, what another costly interception. You definitely really hate to see that, but now Penn State has the ball, and worse off, we don't take advantage of their interception. Let's see if we can do the same thing to them. However, it's going to be tough when you get a tough catch up the middle lane like that. And now, 1st and 10, going to Roger Hill. It's a wall, but it's 5 yards before the wall eventually slows the freight train down. So let's go. 2nd and 5. It's Walker. He's got some space up the field, and he's going to be barely brought down. Michael Granson with the shoelace tackle. As we're down to one more quarter. Get your fours up, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves quite a ball game coming up for us, man. Let's get it. Is now 2nd and goal. First play of this 4th quarter. Let's see if they do. It's going to be an option. They're going to fake it. And no one goes with the quarterback once again. And Fred Jones finds his way into the end zone on the ground for the 2nd time today. Nittany Lions now have a lead here in this 4th quarter. And they're going to go ahead and go for 2 here. Let's see if they get it. Jones dropping back, looking around, going to throw to the left. He fires a rocket to J.R. Thompson. And the 2-point conversion is good. We're down by 7 points once again. Alright, so this drive right here is really huge. I know it's only early in this quarter. But if we don't score here, man, this game could eventually, get out of hand and Penn State can pull away. So a touchdown in this possession is going to be extremely important for us to get. As now, 3rd and 2. Brooks dropping back in the shotgun. He's looking. Going to try to throw it to Sean Doyle. But he's hit as he's thrown. And so it will be marked as an incompletion. But you know what? We're going for it. I'm not giving up so easily. And let's see. ABJ finding some space upfield. First down, Tommies. Huge gain on the play. And it's another first down for the Tommies. As Brooks will throw short to Damon Shelby, who picks up 8 on that one. Another nice play for the Tommies offense. So now, next play, 2nd and 2. Looking around field, finds Sanchez once again. Taking advantage of the lack of coverage on that side. As Pablo Sanchez having another field day here. We go short vote to Coaxum, who makes that drop. You gotta make that catch, man. It is don't know how else to say it. Just gotta make it. So now, 2nd and 10. We're gonna hit him with the screen here. who's actually got some blocks. He's got some space, gets the block, and he's nearly able to get away from the final man. A 30-yard gain, though, instantly pulling us just a handful of yards from tying the number 11 team in the nation, which we almost do. Tyreek Miller takes a shot, though. He watches hockey highlights, though, so he bounces right back up. And then we'll get DH free in the end zone once again. It's a touchdown for the Tommies. We just tied this game up. So let's go, man. Tied ball game. This is exactly what we live for. Let's see if we can get it done. First play. It's an interception. Jesus Stallworth. He's going to take it into the end zone. He's in. Touchdown, Tommies. Able to find the end zone. What a play. Now we got the 7-point lead. And now Penn State needs to score, or otherwise this game is essentially going to be over. So let's go. 2nd and 14. Roger Hill is going to move on the, the audible. I don't know why I was having a hard time thinking of the word. But it's an 8-yard gain for Roger Hill nonetheless. As the clock will still continue to tick right now. As 3rd and 6. It's a screenplay. We're all bamboozled. Can anybody catch him? Zach Bones does. But man, we should have read that screen significantly better. Because we certainly got bamboozled on that play. It's now 2nd and 9. Going to Roger Hill. Able to pick up the 13 yards. First down for the Tommies. But now we do get him to a 3rd and long. Let's see what kind of luck we have. Jones dropping back. He's got some time and he finds Lawrence Jones, his brother, for the first time today, matter of fact. Able to get on the field for 11 as now they're continuing to drive down this field. Still another first down, this time by Brian Daly. This is an offense that could score anytime, so we've got to be ready for it. Only need one more turnover, though, as Jones going to the right side, and it's nearly intercepted. Jonas Gonzalez could have ended this ball game, but instead we keep the door cracked for the Lions. As it's 3rd and long now. They do throw short to Clement, as there is, one of our, I believe that is Trey Griffin making the tackle that time. But it comes to this for him. 4th and 3. If they don't get it, this game is over. Jones dropping back. There's Thompson over the middle. And he finds the first down marker. Nobody accounted for the man running over the middle. So now a couple plays later, 3rd and goal. Maybe we can get him out of the end zone here. And no, we do not. Jeff Walker finds the end zone with a minute left, tying this ball game once again. So I am surprised that they actually didn't go for 2 with momentum being on their side. But for now, it's a tied ball game. Going to try to get it to Bird. And that pass is incomplete. Got to make that catch for your quarterback. So we try again. 2nd and 10. Brooks looking. Going to throw a shot upfield to Sean Doyle. That's incomplete as well. Noah Brooks just couldn't quite get that in there. So we'll try again. 3rd and 10. Brooks looking. Going over the middle. There's Sean Doyle, and we're already in midfield. You absolutely love to see it, man. As we don't even need to score a touchdown. We just need, get our kicker in range. And that might do it right there. Sean Doyle. 17-yard gain right there. So here we go. One kick to determine the game. Can Pat Hampton make it? The kick is up. It looks good, and it has the distance. Pat Hampton with the game-winning field goal. And St. Thomas is going to walk away victorious.
Yo, so what a game that just transpired here, man. I don't think at any point in this ball game that we were, nobody was up by more than one possession. It went right to the wire the entire time. But what it went down to was that we had the last possession and we were able to get the job done. Checking out the stats for today's game, and Noah Brooks had that gunslinger mentality today. 350 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions though, which we'll need to clean up for sure. On the ground, you know, nothing too crazy, but Bemis Jr. had a pretty decent game. He had 17 carries for 81 yards himself. But receiving Corvo put in that work today. We had 3 guys get into the end zone today. We had Pablo Sanchez, who was on his normal stuff, 9 catches for 111 yards. Then we have Damian Hudson III, who had 2 touchdowns today, also had 6 catches for 52 yards. And then Sean Doyle found the end zone as well. He had 6 catches for 54 yards. Defensively, it was pretty spread out today in terms of tackles. Billy Ewing led the team in tackles today with 6 total tackles, all of which were solo. Kyle Barron and Marcus Granson both weren't too far behind either, each having 5 tackles of their name. We also didn't get to this quarterback today at all, which is extremely unusual, but we did have 3 interceptions today. Jesus Sulworth had 2 of them though, one of which was returned for a touchdown, whereas Marcus Granson had another interception. We also had a forced fumble, which was returned for a touchdown but was overturned, but thankfully we did need that touchdown to win the game. And we go ahead and check out the top 25 polls, and it kind of shows how crazy our schedule has been. Yes, we have 2 losses this season, but our 2 losses are to number 2 Michigan, who we actually should have beaten in the first place. I'm still upset that we didn't get it done. And to Texas. We lost to the number 2 and number 4 team in the country. You know, that's there's no shame in that whatsoever. Not to mention, we still have teams like Minnesota to play up against later on. You know, Penn State was ranked number 11. They only fall to 15. I'm just checking out the rest of the top 25 polls. Nothing too crazy here. Southern Miss finally gets in 5-0, number 23. 23 in the country. LSU also jumps up after a bye week. But here's St. Thomas, man. We are number 26 in the country. Finally getting that respect that we deserve. So next episode, we will return home to the comforts of Osh Stadium to play up against the Ohio State Buckeyes, who are 3-3 this season, but hey, they are not a team to be taken lightly. We have to be able to play our very best or to win these games in the Big Ten. That's just how it is when we move up to a bigger conference. So it's going to be a good one. If you enjoy the content here on this channel, make sure you smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you happen to be new. This is John J. Gaming on the Mic, wishing you guys a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.